Chapter 9, Tools for Creating Joy. In addition to doing what you love, adopting certain daily practices can help you achieve more joy in just everyday life. And it's so crucial to take care of our minds and our bodies so we can show up in the best way for everyone we love. And I think the preparation season isn't just about preparing yourself to be the best possible you. It's also about preparing yourself to teach your husband how to treat you and what you want. If you don't treat your body with care and love and support, then no one else will. You can't be a great wife unless that wife is cared for. You can't be the best mom you can be unless mom is taken care of. I have seen how following these daily rituals helped create more joy and more self-love in my life, and I still practice them to this day. I couldn't find one planner or journal that had all of my daily writing exercises in it, so I created one. I know I already told you that. But all of the women I coach receive a copy of the Create Love Today journal, and it's both a journal and a planner, and it's beautiful. So you can purchase one on my website if you want. One of my favorite quotes is from Steve Weatherford. He said, "The difference between who you were yesterday and who you'll become tomorrow lies in what you do today." So I start most days with exercise, not every day. I like doing that first, so it's done. And then most days I write. Doing this sets you up to focus on your intentions. Perhaps your intentions include improving a little bit every day, strengthening relationships, loving yourself, caring for your beautiful soul. Throughout my life, I might have tended to overdo things just a little bit. I'm from Texas, and we've got a saying that's dear to my heart. It ain't done till it's overdone. I tend to overwhelm myself by taking on too many projects at once, simultaneously. So I decided not to do any of that, not try to start 20 new habits in one day. Just make self-care a priority by just breaking it down into very small steps. I felt more self-confident because I kept one promise to myself, just to set aside 15 minutes just for myself. Serve yourself first so you have the energy to serve others for the rest of the day. The first 15 minutes are for you to fuel up. Get ready to meet the love of your life by showing him and showing the universe that you're cared for, that you're loved, you're loving, you have energy, and you're ready to serve. And if you're not sure to where to begin, you can just follow the following few suggestions. And practicing these simple things consistently just really helped me feel, more happy, more joy, more calm. So in my book, I start with gratitude, and I just write down a few things that I'm grateful for, just first thing in the morning, and list 3 things you can think of that you're grateful for today. And then think about them intensely while meditating, and just for a few minutes. I'm just thankful for legs that can walk, or for sun, for a home, for food, for a heart that's beating, for lungs that are breathing. The more you focus on what you have, the more you attract. The more you focus on what you don't have, the more lack you attract. So it's physically impossible to be stressed when you're focused on gratitude. But you can train your brain to focus on everything you have, and you'll attract even more amazing things. If you have a bed, you live in abundance. If you have a heartbeat, you've been given the gift of a life for another day. If you have a roof over your head, you're so very fortunate. If you have dishes in the sink, that means you have food and you can feed your family. You're wealthy beyond belief. The daily practice of acknowledging these things with gratitude will transform your automatic thoughts. So write down 3 things when you feel sick in the morning. Write them down when you don't feel like it. Write them down when you don't even want to get out of bed. Focusing on gratitude will put you in the driver's seat of your life. You're not a victim of your circumstances. You've been given another day. It helps you reframe what's really happening in your life. You've been blessed with a bed and blankets and air conditioning. So write down your mantra. Thank you for sending me my soulmate. I totally get way too frustrated and start too many new programs at the same time. And I'll always give up if I do too many at the same time. So if you've never had a journal, you haven't written in a journal in 47 years, it doesn't matter. Just start today. Just start with 3 things you're grateful for. Stop there and just worry about tomorrow. Just start with one thing. And then when you're ready, you can add in writing some wins from the day before. Name 3 things that you accomplished yesterday, and it doesn't matter what they were. If you wrote in your journal, that's a win. Write it in there. I woke up at the time you said you would. That's a win. You folded laundry. Win. You went to a business meeting on time. Win. You got your schools to school. If you got your kids to school in one piece, win. Keep your mind focused on what you have accomplished, what is going right in your life. That way you'll train your mind to keep focused on everything that's going right and accomplish the next best thing. You decide what you're going to accomplish today and no one else. And follow Charlie Rocket on Instagram. He's awesome. His life hack is to say, I'm on a winning streak. I love that. If you focus on what you do accomplish, you'll see that you truly are on a winning streak. It just keeps your focus on everything that's going right in your life instead of what's going wrong. And then when you're ready to add something else to your daily routine, find a quote. I just feel better like finding amazing quotes. They just inspire me and I like writing them down. I want to remember them. I used to put little quotes all over my room. I had little signs all over my room, but that didn't feel peaceful. So that all came down when I built my sanctuary. So now I just find a quotation that resonates with me. I'll write it down in the morning. I'll screenshot it if I see it on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. And so as you're scanning, just look through, scan a couple, take some screenshots, and then write down one in the morning. This is my favorite, another one of my favorite quotes, C.S. Lewis. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Isn't that beautiful? You can just start where you are every day. You can start today and build upon it slowly with every day. Tomorrow, maybe you write down 3 things you're grateful for and then 3 wins from yesterday. Maybe the day after that, you start writing 3 things you're grateful for and 3 wins. And then, write a quote of the day. By the 4th day, you might actually enjoy it. You might actually add the next step, writing your goals. And I like to call them intentions because the definition of intend is to have a course of action as one's purpose or objective plan. So writing down your goals, intention is an action word. So if I say, I intend to do something, that statement is more powerful than just, I have a goal. So writing down the long-term and short-term goals that you intend to complete, the more you write them down, read them, internalize them, and visualize what your life will be like once you've achieved each one of those intentions, the faster you will draw those things into your life. Just take 1 step a day. Do 1 ritual per morning. Just start with gratitude and just see what happens after that. Number 5, move your body. Just getting into the daily practice of moving your body, just anything that you like to do. You can go for a walk, you can go hike, you can go dance class, yoga class. It doesn't have to be anything specific. But doing anything to move the way that our bodies are designed, it just makes you feel good. It's not about how you look. Your body's perfect and beautiful the way it is. It's about how you feel. Move your body the way you want. Something that you like is actually fun. So if you hate spin classes, well, don't go to a spin class. If you love salsa, then knock yourself out. If you hate running, don't run. You love to swim, get in the pool for 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be all day. There are no rules. Just go move. Try something new. Just move anything. Just as many minutes as you can. There are no rules. You don't have to go work out for an hour. That's bullshit. Anything is better. Anything is better than nothing. So move for 10 if that's all you have. And don't follow a fitness regimen that you don't like. Just something you enjoy and just move. All right, number 6, auditing your inputs. I was talking about social media and how important it is earlier because I started to notice the effect that doing tons of social media and negative social posts, they really affected my mood. It put me in a bad mood. Everybody complaining about politics over and over and over again. So I decided I'm going to start treating my social media as my sacred time. So it wasn't teaching me something. It wasn't inspiring me. If I wasn't learning something, then I just decided to unfollow them, just delete it from my feed. So just think about it. If you're going to take precious time out of your day to look at posts, do news feeds, probably doing social media for your business and awareness, all those things, then make sure your feed helps you feel empowered and gets you closer to your goals, your intentions. So if there's someone that incessantly complains or it's like negative content, it's always like bashing one of the other political parties or whatever. It's like, don't let anyone take you further away from what you truly desire. that is going to take you further away from what you want to create in your life. And so you really have to use social media to your benefit. Use it as a tool to help you, because it can be such a great tool, and it can also just take you down and be a complete huge distraction and a complete waste of time. You can spend hours doing nothing. So only follow people that are teaching you something. Only follow people that help you feel good. You have something to teach you, what you learn, inspire you. So I just went through my entire news feed and unfollowed anybody. I probably need to do another audit because it's been a while. So take inventory of your news feed. Unfollow anyone who makes you feel bad or negative or pissed off. Most posts are literally intended to piss you off. So how about we just unfollow a few of those? You don't have to unfriend them, never talk to people again. Just unfollow them, just mute them, whatever. You know what I mean? You never want to be made to feel like giving up because of the amount of time it could take to manifest what you really desire. Posts that make you feel bad or negative could put thoughts into your mind about giving up. And things that inspire you and make you feel good will give you hope and energy to keep being awesome. Nothing happens overnight, and everything you see, everything you hear, everything you watch, everything you read really does affect you in a positive or negative way. I don't think anything is neutral. So your social media feed really matters, and your news feed should have one purpose only: to uplift you, to inspire you, to help you achieve your goals, to learn something. So follow those that have accomplished what you desire to create in your own life. And when you're doing chores or driving around, find inspiration to listen to. I listen to audiobooks, positive podcasts. I recently woke up to a broken phone, and it was the weirdest feeling driving around with no podcasts playing, just driving in complete silence. It's nice sometimes too. You should try it. But especially the times where I feel a little down, not really sure why, something's a little off, I feel a little frustrated, I find a podcast and press play. Now I host my own podcast called Create Today. So it's about how you can create the life you want in any area, no matter what you've been through. So you can follow along with me if you'd like. I'll put the link down in the show notes, but obviously you're already here. I'm posting this book on my Create Today podcast, but so number 7, things that'll help you feel more joy is find someone to serve. My mom was the best example of this. She literally never stops serving. She was always helping people. And even when we were kids, we would all take piano lessons, and she'd have other students that were taking lessons from her. And like once a month, I think, it was very often, we would all gather up our sheet music and we'd all get in the car and we'd drive down to like a nursing home, and we'd go in and we would just play. I mean, I don't even know if she asked anybody if we could come. We just came in and sat down at the piano. And the people there were just so overjoyed to see these little kids that were playing a little stupid song. And I'm sure we weren't good. Sometimes we'd sing a couple songs, and it just added so much joy to their lives. And she was the best example ever. And one of my other favorite quotes is Martin Luther King: everyone can be great because everyone can serve. And I've found that when I seek out and place my focus on finding someone to serve, the focus is taken off me, and then I feel joy. And there's so many ways you can serve others. It doesn't have to cost tons of money, and doesn't have to take a million hours. Just, like watch a kid for another mom friends. She can get a haircut, or take dinner to a neighbor who's struggling, or just anything. Picking up a phone, it's free, call someone, your mom, an old friend you haven't talked to in a long time. And I heard someone say this once: when you pray, you're talking to God. But when you have a gut instinct or intuition, that's God talking to you. And I love that. I think of that anytime I have a nudge or anytime someone pops into my mind. So you may feel nudges to get in touch with certain people in different times of your life. And I like thinking that that's God talking to me and God telling me that they need a little help, or just to say hi, and you'll both feel better. Sometimes you have dreams about people that we haven't seen or talked to in years and years and years. Maybe that's a little nudge. Maybe that's God telling you. Maybe that's God talking to you to tell you to check in with that person. 8, choose your teachers wisely. You can't spend time with a teacher who's not enhancing your life, and you already know he's not meant to be in your life long term. You already know you're not a great fit, and you got to let them go. I know it's hard. You think that it's better to be dating someone than no one, maybe. But here's why I wouldn't. Spending your valuable, precious time with someone, anyone, who doesn't cherish you and doesn't love you the way you want to be loved and deserve to be loved, it is sending you backwards. And I want you to envision that too, because you're spending your time with somebody who's not the one, then that is keeping you from moving forward to the one that is meant for you. I think visualizing that will really help you. These moments spent with that person that you already know is not a great fit, they will create more beliefs that you're not worthy. And it could help you strengthen the belief that you're never going to find Mr. Right because you know he's not the one. So if your goal is to find a partner who loves you unconditionally, then the moment you find out the teacher that you've been spending time with is just not the one for you, it's time to move on. Because any moment spent with a teacher who isn't the one pulls you away from the one person you're meant to spend your life with. These other dudes it's not about wasting your precious time. It's just pulling you in the wrong direction because you can never get that time back. Just learn the lessons and move on, and then use the following time alone wisely. Cherish it, love it, soak it in, use it, take a nap, take a bath, write in your journal, read a book, paint your nails, get a pedicure. Just be okay with being alone and enjoy it. Number 9, create a soundtrack. So I created what I call the love playlist. Recently, I ran into a childhood friend, Natalie, in the Phoenix airport. I was on the way to Miami and she was on her way to the Dominican Republic. I hadn't seen her in 25 years. And if I hadn't seen her that day, then I might not have remembered her mom and her happy place. So her mom, Diane Walters, she was so kind, so genuine. She was such a compassionate soul. And she taught our early morning scripture study class. And it was at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you can imagine as a teenager, getting up and going to church at 5 o'clock was not my favorite activity. But she was so sweet and calm, and she was perfect for this job. I'm sure no one wanted. I loved listening to her voice, and she cared so much that she would spend hours ahead of time creating like little crafty handouts with a scripture verse or like a positive saying. And it was always beautiful. I don't even know how many hours she took doing this. But I remember one of the boys in the class going, "Oh, is this for our happy place?" Which I thought was so funny because I can't imagine how much time Diane spent like finding the perfect paper, cutting it in, like the perfect shape, and then matching the lesson to what we were discussing, like writing the perfect quote on it, making it beautiful just for a bunch of ingrate teenagers who hated being there at 5:30 in the morning. But she was a genius. Of course you need a happy place. We can all benefit from reminders or quotes or scriptures and reminders that we're loved and that people care about us. And so why not create a soundtrack that makes you feel good? And why not choose that soundtrack every single time? So when I first started on this path to my last first date, the song Bittersweet Symphony came on. So as I listened to the lyrics, "You're a slave to money, then you die." I'd probably listened to that song probably 30 times before I noticed that that's what he said. So as I just happened to notice it that day, and I said to myself, "Oh, no, we don't. Not today, Satan." So I created a love playlist on my Apple Music app. So the criterion for making the cut for my love playlist is that each song had to be empowering and positive, help strengthen my beliefs that true love was possible. Because if it's possible that one songwriter or that one singer, then it's possible for us. So whenever I listen to music, I only listen to that playlist because everything we hear matters. Negative lyrics matter. They affect us even if we don't realize it. You just listen to those songs another time. Put those on a different list. You know those songs that come on and like immediately remind you of an ex, or immediately your brain turns into a movie theater and starts playing the movie reel of the past, makes you feel like crap. You got to stop listening to those songs right now. And you need to be listening to like the best motivating, strengthening the beliefs that you want to believe that help you stay in that vibration that true love is possible. We always need that. You don't get married and stop doing all of the things that made you feel good. You don't get into shape and stop going to the gym. You never stop going because you want to stay in shape. And there's no other way. So why would we listen to music that brings on sadness? We need to call upon our favorite bands and favorite songs to help a sister out. Keep us in that feeling of vibration, of love and happiness and joy, so you can be a magnet of love and goodness and joy. Create your own soundtrack. I put my love playlist on Spotify if you want to follow mine. And commence your happy dance stat. I'll put the link down if you want to follow my playlist. Okay, number 10. So you're in your toolbox for creating joy is EFT. I just remembered this the other day too, because years ago, I used to do it all the time. And sometimes I actually forget that it's available. EFT is tapping. It stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It helps you feel relief from like stress or thoughts, negative thoughts, by tapping on certain acupressure points on your body's energy meridians and focusing on specific emotions. You can help release them. So when old limiting beliefs about myself would creep in, and then I would just do a 2-minute, 3-minute round of tapping. And you can just go to Tapping Solution, just go on YouTube and you can find, I'll leave I'll link to it down at the bottom. But the founder, Gary Craig, explains it the best. Often with specific anxiety, the patients are aware of the events or memories that trigger the discomfort, but using EFT, the patient revisits this event in question. The energy meridians are thus redisturbed, and then the physical symptoms caused by that particular disturbance can be healed by correcting the meridians with EFT. So EFT just gives you a simple action that you can take when you can't shut that inner bitch up. And Nick Ortner is a great resource for videos, instructions, how you can easily implement this tool in just a few minutes, and it's awesome. So that's the end of that chapter. This is like your little toolbox, 10 things that can help you feel better, little tools in your little toolbox that you can use when you're having a rough day, or new habits you can create, ways to start your morning, things that really helped me. I just wanted to share them with you.